So I have the unenviable task of closing today, keeping you between you and the door is me at this point, or the airport, or whatever it may be. But I did want to make just a few final comments. First is I want to say a big thank you to the staff of the Office of Library Services at IMLS and the folks who made today such a success. So Mary Alice Ball, who was just here, Tim Kerrigan, Terry DeVoe, who's not here, Sarah Fuller, Katie Murray, and Timothy Owens. They did an amazing job working together. They put this together, and they deserve certainly the credit, so please thank them. And of course, because every event has a tremendous amount of very complicated logistics, we'd like to thank Capital Meeting Planning, Matt Burdetsky and Margaret Black, who really put together a lot of things, I believe, probably including some of your travel and all of those other things that you might need. So thank you very much for Capital Meeting Planning. So what's going to come out of this? Well, some of you might have noticed that Christy Hill and Marilee Profit are here from OCLC, and they're here to help us synthesize the discussions and the points you've made. And we'll publish a report in about a month from now. So about a month, we'll let you know when it comes out, and it will be put up onto the IMLS Focus website. Most of you have found it. Those of you that are out in the Twitterverse are already leveraging it. Along with the report, you will find the recordings of each of the sessions broken down. They've also been they will be transcribed. There's a live transcription going on. It takes us a bit to sync that back to the chunks, but that'll all be available on the Focus website. So what about the recommendations, and what do we plan to do with all of this? Well, just let me report on a few changes, because I think some of it will affect the conversation we've had today. There were changes made to our discretionary program, specifically to the National Leadership Grant program in this last year. And so previously we had this really large, broad call for projects that would represent and carry out innovation. After last year's convenings, especially the National Digital Platform convening, where this was greatly discussed, they actually stepped back and took a different tact, and they wanted to identify proposals that would, quote, move the needle on some of the shared goals that were discussed. Guidelines were tightened up, priorities came out of those meetings. We moved to two submission deadlines, and then per year, so that you didn't have to wait an entire year if you happened to miss that one single deadline in that year. We also moved to a two-phase process, and this addresses, I'm sorry Marcia's not here, this addressed some of the points that we've heard earlier today about doing the 4-month-long proposal, and then you get it in, and if people don't understand it, there's 4 months of your work. So we moved to a two-phase process where you submit essentially a 2-page précis. That goes out for review, and then those that after the review process, those that are identified, a subset of them will go on to the full proposal. So it's a way for us both to lower the level of investment, to get your projects into the workflow, into the review by our outside reviewers, and also really identify hopefully better proposals that come in, because those 4-month proposals are often 80 to 100 pages each, and we also want to be nice to our reviewers who do fabulous work. One of the things that we did want to tell you, and this is a hope at this point in time, is that we hope to move to that two-phase proposal process and 2 proposals per year on the LB21 for the coming year. It is not for sure yet. We have to get this cleared by the Office of Management and Budget. It's going to them soon with a 30-day public comment process, so if you're interested in that, you can do that, and we should know sometime during the summer whether we'll be able to do that, and of course then we would post the notice of funding opportunities to the website. So check back with us this summer as to whether we'd be able to do so or not. Some final thank yous. First of all, to Crosby and the staff here at the Kansas City Public Library for letting us use this amazing, fantastic space. And thanks to all of you, especially, who've joined us here in person as well as on Twitter. I think the discussion, I can say on behalf of my colleagues, was more than we thought we would get. It's fantastic. It was incredibly engaging. And it gives us a lot of food for thought and perhaps makes us leave with very full heads today. So we're delighted, and we thank you for your time and your very good questions and the fantastic discussion that came out of that. We wish you guys all safe travels for those of you that have to travel to get home, and as well, we hope that you will all join us for the next IMLS convening, IMLS Focus convening, which will be June 2nd. It will be hosted at the Los Angeles Public Library, and the topic for that one is engaging communities. So again, the IMLS Focus website will allow you to live stream that. You'll see the list of participants that will be at that. And of course, all of the same reports and archived webcasts will be available there too. So thank you again very much.